Fantastic. I hate my radio voice.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Mad Matt, and today I'm going to be doing a 5 top stories, but here's the twist. There's no one here, just me. So this is rather, it's kind of strange in a way, because I'm so used to having a special guest and, they're helping me out and, oh well. But anyway, let's get to the top 5 stories. Basically, what it's going to be about, of course, stories in a gaming sense of the stories, like, how well it was presented and, so just to let you know, it's to do with gaming, but there we go. Anyway, top 5, or should I say number 5, if I can get my words out correctly. My number see, I can't get my words out. My number 5 is got to be the Call of Duty franchise, but I cannot tell you which one. They've all had great stories behind them. I mean, ever since Call of Duty 1, I mean, I played that, and that's had a good story behind it. Can't really remember it well, because I haven't played it in absolutely ages, but, all the storylines, they're just perfect, and the one thing I liked about it is how they some of them just merge in with each other, like, someone from a previous game, is related to a person in the future game, and it's just like, ooh, that's interesting. I mean, Black Ops 2, that when that came out, absolutely superb, to, Black Ops, perfectly matched, and, it just felt like you were carrying on. I mean, yeah, okay, there was a massive gap into it, but they kind of filled you in on what happened really afterwards, what happened in the gap in Black Ops 2, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, my number 4 story comes in the shines and the lights of Far Cry 2. And I mean, recently I've been playing Far Cry 3, but I haven't played enough of it to get to the story, but so far it's so good. But Far Cry 2, now that had an immense story. It was really, really good. I mean, it was just fun, just trying to track down that one guy, the Jackal, and, it's just like, ooh, where is he? I know he's here somewhere, but, it kind of grabbed you in a little bit, in a sense, and just like, it was just really good. Now, my number 3. Now, I have a hard choice this one, because I know what my number 1 is, but I can't say that just yet, because we're not on number 1. But anyway, my number 3 has got to be LA Noire. Now, LA Noire is just flawless. That game is just perfect. Every aspect of it, taking into the account of, you're a detective, which is like awesome. You're not just a regular police officer. It's just like, oh, freeze, drop your gun. Nah. But anyway, you play as a guy called, I think it's Joe Phelps. I'm not sure. I think it's Joe. I'm not sure. Can't remember. But anyway, yeah, so you're playing in LA, of course. And yeah, you get strung along. There's like murder cases and stuff to solve and yada yada yada. But it's just interesting because you kind of see him, like Phelps, just develop as a character. Like, going through the ranks of, I don't know, from arson to like murder inquiries or something like that, detective work. It's just so amazing, and the graphics behind it are so good, so it's all like complementing the actual story as well. But apart from that, it's just absolutely brilliant. The story just I love it. It's not my number 1 though. I bet you're wondering what my number 1 is now. But anyway, so my number 2 story comes in the form of Halo. Now, Halo series has had a very dear place in my heart, and not just for the multiplayer. No, for the story, because the story behind it. I mean, yes, it is a bit confusing because they went Halo 1, 2, 3, and then ODST, Reach, and Reach was meant to be before Halo 1, and it just kind of really confused me as well. But the story behind all of the Halo franchise has always been brilliant. I mean, you know, you're playing as Master Chief, who's like an aging Spartan, as they like to refer to him. But no, he's like number one. You know, he's just the best. He's good at what he does. But no, it's really good because, you know, you got the whole aspect of seeing his life, you know, through kind of his eyes, and it was very well, you know, spoken out, the story. It was absolutely brilliant. And, you know, the relationship that some of the characters have, and it's just like, it's just so awesome. I cannot find words to explain it. But, right, for my number one, numero uno. I should really stop saying number one. Anyway, my number one has got to be Mass Effect. Now, Mass Effect series, I don't know what it was, but it takes you, sits you down, and massages your mind. Yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. But it was absolutely mind-blowing, the storyline. It was just so well thought. You know, it's just like there's plots inside other plots, which makes you go, oh, okay, I'm really confused. What just happened? But then all of a sudden, boom, that's it. You find out, and it's just like, right. But the thing is, though, is one thing that amazes me is if you go into YouTube, you can actually find, like, different theories of the game. Like, there's going to be more content. There's going to be more content, or maybe another game, but we don't know yet. I mean, they've even encrypted some codes that people who work for I think it's BioWare, they encrypted some tweets, like saying that they're going to keep their Mass Effect 3 save data. And I mean, I really, really hope that they do bring out another Mass Effect. I mean, I don't know what it is without it. I don't know if I can live without it, sorry, what I should have said. But it's just, I don't know, it's just awesome. The campaign behind it, the story, it's even better than Halo for me, which is like, most people will probably disagree, but there you go. You got to have people who disagree, or otherwise we'll be living in a very strange world. But no, it was always brilliant. It was just from the day one that I got Mass Effect, when I was at home ill one day and my grandma had some money from Argos. I think it was like a token. I think it was like £12 or something, not a token. £12, £20 discount or something like that, or whatnot. And she was going into town, and I was home alone, and she turned around and she offered if I wanted to buy me a game, and I don't think I was 12. I think I was a bit older. I can't remember. But anyway, she went off. I said, surprise me, and she brought back Mass Effect, and I was looking at it, and I was thinking to myself, Mass Effect. Now, what's this about? You know, I was thinking, oh well, I'll give it a try. So I put it in. The next 3 or 4 days were just, I don't know, the story was amazing. I mean, it was just absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, Mass Effect 2 came out, which I think I brought on it, came out, and, you know, I was just like, I want to know what happens, because all your choices in the first one, you know, kind of move on to the next one. So it was just like, come on, I want to know what happens. And then, of course, the third one came out, and unfortunately, I haven't purchased that one, but I am borrowing it off a friend, and I can say it's just, I don't know, it was pretty brilliant, and the fact that, you know, the storyline just goes on. The one thing that really kind of made me go like, oh, was a bit at the end where you kind of, spoiler, a bit at the end where you find out you did your choices really make a difference. It's not much of a spoiler, but, you know, I mean, if you play, you'll find out. But yeah, it kind of made me feel like crud. But it's just like, it's like a loose end, really. We've just got to wait and see, sit and wait. Anyway, that's it. I don't think I have anything else. I think I ran out of my top 5s. No, I did. No, I definitely did. I wasn't my number one. And now I'm just randomly talking because no one's here. Oh well. Anyway, I've been your boy Mad Matt, and soon there will be a special guest, but I cannot say who. Might be Lewis, might be Dee, could even be Joe or Ruman, or even Jamie. Who knows? We'll find out. Stay tuned.